The divine energy. The divine mechanism operated and engendered the divine energy, which is the cosmic energy, animating and moving in the three cosmic worlds. In other words, it is the energy in the divine mechanism. From the animation and motion of the divine energy that penetrated into the soil, creatures, species, and living beings came into being on the earth. From the descendant transmutation of living beings and creatures, there are transformations of shapes, forms, and states. The change in nature is caused by the difference of complex combinations with different proportions of energies, and also by the environment which result in the specificities in their appearances and structures. The divine energy includes the cosmic energy, mystic power, and superpower in the movement. The energy in the supernatural movement is the light, of which yang and yin increase and decrease. When yang increases, yin decreases. When yang decreases, yin increases. The mystic powers in the supernatural movement are electric and the light. The mystic powers augment and diminish, mixed with the five supernatural elements: liquid, wood, fire, soil, and metal, in the order of the cycle of birth. The mystic powers, due to the increase and decrease of each element, produce the cycle of birth and destruction of each element: fire, metal, wood, soil, and liquid, in the order of the cycle of destruction. The superpowers in the natural movement include liquid and qi and electric light. They move in accordance with the increase and decrease of their yang and yin and the five natural elements. In brief, the divine cause gives rise to the invisible motive power or supernatural power. The divine mechanism gives rise to movements, and the divine energy gives rise to powers. Conversely, powers exist in movements, or powers and movements inhere in the supernatural motive power. Power plus movement plus invisible motive power exists in the divine supermind and the divine character. Motioning is one of the functions of the divine energy. Moving is to evolve. Without moving, the cosmic energy, the mystic power, and the super power would not have transformation. Thanks to motion, there is renewal, like the change of seasons, high and low temperatures, dry and rainy seasons, etc. On the earth, wherever the complex combinations of divine energy exist, many creatures appear. In desert or in dry, barren regions, the level of combination of divine energy is low, hence the limited variety of living beings, creatures, and vegetation. Moving is to change, but without the animation of the motion, there would be no persistence. The divine energy moves to change and to renew, but it persists via the animation of the light. The motion of each power, each substance, interacts with other powers and energy or other substances. For example, the motive power of liquid does not originate by itself, but it is caused by the motion of qi. The mobile strength of qi puts liquid into motion. The mighty moving waves on the ocean surface are not created by themselves, but by the power of air, except in case of a landslide in a submarine area that causes a strong motion of water. Liquid gets moved by qi, qi gets moved by electric, and electric by the light. The light may increase or decrease, but this rule of increase and decrease connects directly to the divine supermind. The phenomena of energies in the divine energy of the cosmos are related to those in the functions of the small cosmos, man's body. For example, psychological phenomena arouse physiological ones. When the heart beats faster and more strongly, this is because of feelings, not the blood itself. Feelings are the agitations of qi. When qi moves, the circulation of blood is pushed forcefully and the heartbeats are stirred up. The forcible motion of qi results from the thoughts, which are electric motions. Electric moves energetically, thus influencing qi and liquid. The thoughts originate from the light, which belongs to the mind. Therefore, it suffices to say that psychological phenomena arouse physiological ones. All are engendered by the light, or, in other words, by the operation of the mind. Liquid gets moved by qi, qi by electric, electric by the light. When liquid is moved, qi and electric get moved as well. All of the motions are initiated by the light. When qi is moved, so is electric, but the impulse force is not originated by the light. When electric is moved, the motion is in fact pushed by the light. Looking into the physical conditions of man, we can know this cosmic phenomenon better. In man's body, if the muscles are tired, this fatigue is caused by qi weakness. The motion of qi lacks strength, which results from the feeble electric power due to the deficiency of the light of the mind. On the contrary, if the light of the mind is very brilliant, the mind is clever, thus human electric and qi are strong. Thanks to the strength of human electric and qi, the blood circulates in good condition, and for this reason, the flesh body is healthy. Besides this phenomenon, there may be other external factors carrying toxic, unclean air, poisonous and dirty electric into the flesh body, but we do not discuss them here. Sudden changes of the divine energy around the earth that result from liquid and qi constitute disasters which inflict misfortunes on species and living beings. Although they inflict serious calamities and injuries to living beings and species, the effects of disasters neutralize the instability of the divine energy and re-establish the regular motion of powers in the divine energy. Greater changes are caused by electric, called celestial changes. The instability of electric circuits in the cosmos is related to planets, stars, other celestial bodies in the supernatural world of the cosmos. This causes great destruction, damage, or collisions between celestial bodies or stars. A celestial change has huge scope because it is related to the circuit of electric of the cosmos. Compared with the wholeness of the supernatural world, the stars, the planets, and other celestial bodies are only small units. The phenomena related to a celestial change include the approaches of the circuits of yang electric and of yin electric in strong motion, causing violent and direct impacts onto celestial bodies, stars, planets, and the changes arising from the center of planets, the signs of which are continuous and strong earthquakes and trembles. 3 cosmic worlds and 3 small worlds. The cosmos and man resemble in each other in terms of structure and constituent elements, but one is extremely great, the other is very small. The 2 cosmoses get the same sacred substances, operate in exactly same laws, animation, descendant transmutation, ascendant transmutation, and evolution. All animations of the two cosmoses are identical, except that the cosmos animates, transmutes descendantly, and transmutes ascendantly to evolve in an involuntary, natural way. But man animates, transmutes descendantly and ascendantly to evolve in his freedom and subjectivity, depending on his own will. Out of the freedom and subjectivity in one's way of living, the speed of one's evolution depends on one's understanding and appreciation of the importance of each world in man's living. Some people get improved in terms of their material life, some others in their sentimental, moral, or intellectual life, and still others evolve in the spiritual life. Both cosmoses are sacred. Sacredness is a characteristic of the cosmic motion in descendant and ascendant transmutations, and in the four sacred substances that constitute the life's powers and the life. In other words, the cosmos and man contain the same sacred substances and perform the same functions and capabilities. The cosmos includes three supernatural, and natural worlds, corresponding to the three small worlds in man. According to the law of descendant transmutations, the supernatural world was constituted first, then the supernatural one, and finally the natural one. The basic substance in the supernatural world is the light. In the supernatural world, the basic substance is electric and the light in latency. The basic substances in the natural world are liquid and qi, and electric and light in latency. It is the same in man. The light equals the embryo, is formed first, the brain, then the nervous system, and finally the systems of blood and qi constitute the flesh body. The descendant transmutations of substances provide sufficient necessities for all life's powers. Then the unborn young baby strives to get out. The physical composition and structure of a small cosmos are completed according to the law of descendant transmutations. The light, the embryo, constitutes the supernatural world. The electric and light in latency forms the supernatural world. Liquid and qi and electric and light in latency establish the natural world. Although the three small worlds of the fetus correspond with the cosmic energies, the energies of the fetus have not yet got enough capabilities and functions to connect wholly with the cosmic animation and motion. Only from the birth of the young baby can he start to join the cycle of its ascendant transmutations. In the period of ascendant transmutations, many miraculous and invisible organs are constituted, and thanks to these invisible organs, the two cosmoses can come together, unite, and form a whole. Regarding the body, the capabilities of the functions of the natural sense organs must be developed to their utmost before the heart and the mind can evolve completely. In ascendant transmutations, the body engenders the heart and the heart originates the mind. Particularly, the body produces many other bodies. From the flesh body come the liquid body, qi body, electric body, and light body. Also, the heart, vulgar heart, engenders many kinds of heart, including the genuine heart, the super heart. Identically, other types of mind are constituted from the mind, namely the supermind and the supermind. The constitution of the two supernatural and supernatural worlds comes from the body in accordance with the ascendant transmutations. When the ascendant transmutation developed develops the sacred substances in man to a degree that is equal to cosmic substance, character, and character's energy, the three small worlds in man are identical to and can respond with the three cosmic worlds. The cosmos in descendant transmutation starts with the supernatural world, then the supernatural world, and the natural world. The fetus in descendant transmutations first starts with the light, the embryo or the brain, then electric and light in latency in the nervous system, brain, and then blood and chi with electric and light in latency, cells, blood, arteries, veins, nervous system, and brain. Man transmutes ascendantly in order to become a small cosmos which corresponds with the great cosmos. From the natural world, which is the body or the flesh body, then liquid body and chi body are developed. Then the natural world transforms or transmutes into the supernatural world with the heart, then the genuine heart, the super heart in the electric body, and then from the supernatural world comes the supernatural world, which is the mind, and where the supermind, the supermind also are generated in the light body. The natural world and the small natural world. Last of all, the natural world was constituted. This world is comprised of more sacred substances than the other supernatural and supernatural worlds. 4 sacred substances, liquid, chi, electric, and light, animate and move in the natural world. At present, the natural world of the earth contains many life powers in the 4 sacred substances. The life powers include 4 kinds: life powers of liquid, life powers of chi, life powers of the electric, and life powers of the light, also the life. The soil contains these 4 sacred substances. By animation, these sacred substances can transmute descendantly to grow and can transmute ascendantly to evolve. Living beings and vegetation in this world are numerous, and through complex combinations of the 4 sacred substances and the environmental conditions, many more species will be engendered. Liquid and chi are the 2 basic substances in the natural world. They constitute the life powers of living beings and vegetation. On the earth, only man has all of the 4 sacred substances. He has more light and bioelectric than any other species. The natural world extends from the earth to the end of the atmosphere. In man, the world corresponding to the natural world is his body. Man's body is comprised of 4 sacred substances. This entire physical structure animates and moves in accordance with the divine cause, the divine mechanism, the divine energy, and the cosmic movement, the divine movement. Although man's body, the small natural world, is small in size, it holds within the same functions as those of the natural world of the cosmos. The connection between the small natural world, the body, and the cosmic natural world is made by the sacred substances. This results from the same nature of the 2 worlds. Thanks to this connection, the 2 worlds can intercommunicate. By way of intercommunication, the natural small world, the body, can be aware of sudden changes and phenomena in the divine energy. Liquid in man, or blood, intercommunicates with liquid in the natural cosmic world, or blood intercommunicates with the phenomena and changes of liquid in the natural cosmic worlds, as the change of temperatures, rain, droughts, etc. Qi in man's body intercommunicates with the phenomena and changes of qi in the atmosphere. Ants, frogs, other leaping amphibians, and a number of other species can perceive the forthcoming sudden change of liquid and qi. For instance, forthcoming rains or dryness. This results from the state of intercommunication of qi and liquid in the divine energy. Man has lost this natural instinct and the inner motivation of talent because of his subjective operation with individual sensations. Compared to the cosmic natural world, man's body is very small, but its natural world connects with and thus have the same extent as the large natural world. Liquid in man's body, red blood and dark fluid, is capable of connecting with yang liquid and yin liquid outside the body. Yin liquid is heavy. It gathers on the surface of the earth. Yang liquid, for example, fog, other fine particles of water suspending in the lower atmosphere or vapor in clouds, is lighter. It floats around the earth. Depending on dry or wet season, yang liquid emanates lower or higher up from the ground. The life powers of living beings and species in this world are shorter than those of the supernatural and supernatural worlds, for the cycle of descendant transmutation of liquid is 60 years and that of qi is 720 years. The cycle of descendant transmutation is in the movement. The movement always animates and moves persistently, but the descendant transmutation moves in time limits. The supernatural cosmic world and the supernatural small world. These two supernatural worlds get animated by the two sacred substances of electric and light. These substances spread all over the cosmos and animate in latency in all creatures that are constituted by the other substances of qi and liquid. Through ascendant transmutation, the body engenders the heart. Though the heart is invisible, it in fact animates extremely. This animation depends on electric and light. In man's body, the nervous system, the human electric vessels, and the brain are related to the heart. In other words, the heart constitutes the supernatural world in man's body. The supernatural world in man's body is transmuted from the natural small world, but its extent is very large thanks to the diffusion of the electric and the light. The correlation between the supernatural phenomena of the two supernatural great and small worlds is performed by electrical waves. The supernatural small world communicates with the supernatural phenomena in the cosmos through the heart, of which the organs are the brain, the nervous system, and the electric vessels. Moreover, the phenomena and activities that get vitalized by electrical waves in the supernatural small world also influence the supernatural cosmic world. It means that the psychological phenomena of man in his supernatural small world affect the physical phenomena of the supernatural cosmic world, because the former are the fluctuations of sacred substances. The connection between the two supernatural worlds results from the void state of the heart. In such void state, the related parts, the brain, the nervous system, the electric vessels, all get animated by electric, but there is no fluctuation of this substance. Thanks to the supernatural small world, man's mind can enter it and evolve into the supermind. Mankind's moral, sentimental, and intellectual life can improve and advance in this supernatural small world thanks to the activities of the supermind. Virtues or wickedness, evilness, increase in this supernatural world in correspondence with the active intensity and duration of the supermind. However, the basis of all virtues is love, the supernatural strong affection of the conscience. Scientists' discoveries in terms of the physical laws that are related to electric and bioelectric proceed from these two supernatural worlds. Based on the discoveries of those physical laws, man creates. But man's creations must obey the functions of the supernatural world, i.e., to evolve the supernatural small world of living beings, not to be used to destroy or damage them. Obey the functions of the supernatural world means to correspond with the ascendant transmutation and evolution of the cosmic laws, or the creations do not interfere in or impede the course of the divine movement, the divine energy, and the divine mechanism. Only when the creations in moral, sentimental, and intellectual life of the supermind in the super small natural small world are caused by the animation of virtues can their effects become genuine and persistent. Anyone who lives with virtues is to live in the supernatural small world in his sentimental, moral, and intellectual life. He already feels lighter and descendant. He is therefore free from dangers, or even if dangers occur, he will be kept away from it or can avoid the occurrence of dangers thanks to good fortunes. More clearly, when one lives in the supernatural small world, all physical phenomena, sudden changes, or dangers of the natural world, i.e., resulting from qi and liquid, in that moment cannot have influence on him. The difference between a sacred living being, man, and other living beings in the first stage is based on the supernatural small world, i.e., man has moral, sentimental, and intellectual life, but animals do not. The supernatural small world produces superpower and mystic power for man. For this reason, all visible species on the earth must submit to man. In brief, the genuinely void heart is a supernatural world. It corresponds to and matches with the supernatural cosmic world through the same sacred substances, electric and light, and the two worlds are interconnected and influence each other. The supernatural world enlarges man's activities into the supernatural cosmic world. At the same time, many new invisible organs are constituted and begin to operate, thus further developing the superheart, the supermind, the supernatural great and small worlds. The supernatural world, or the first world, is the cosmos itself when it was constituted. From it, the descendant and ascendant transmutations and the evolution started. The original cosmic cause, the divine cause, began to animate from this world in order to create the divine mechanism, the divine energy, and the divine movement, then continued to form the two supernatural and natural cosmic worlds. In the supernatural world, only one substance animates, that is, the light, yang and yin. The supernatural world of man is in the brain, but in terms of nature, this world corresponds to and connects with the whole supernatural cosmic world, i.e., the entire cosmos. The invisible organ that constitutes this world is the supermind, in which the light animates and operates. The light is the origin of all descendant and ascendant transmutations. It differs from the light of the mind. which is engendered by the ascendance transmutation of bioelectric. The supermind is also a supernatural small world connecting directly to the original cosmic cause, the divine cause. The intercommunication of the supermind with the supernatural world is the omniscience by the supermind of the cosmic original cause. The light of the supermind is of the same nature as that of the light of the supernatural cosmic world. Thanks to this sameness, the supermind can join the cosmic original cause and consequently can know and understand it thoroughly and instantly. This supernatural small world supplies what that is needed to develop the spiritual life of man. Thanks to this world, the supermind of man can enter the source of descendants and ascendance transmutations, i.e., it can associate with the divine cause. The divine cause is constituted by the catalyzing effects by the divine supermind into the light. In its turn, the divine cause effects into the divine mechanism, the divine energy, and the divine movement. In other words, the divine mechanism, the divine energy, and the divine movement animate and move in the divine cause in the supernatural cosmic world, which has no element of time. The supernatural small world does not have the element of time either. All of the three kinds of the light of the mind has no element of time. Though being all the light, only the light of the supermind gets the same nature as that of the cosmic light. Therefore, the supermind is everlasting. When the activities of the light of the mind are not involved with sensations, feelings, or thoughts, i.e., no longer belong to the individual ego, these activities are owned to the spiritual life and to the supernatural world. There are three natural, supernatural, and supernatural worlds in the cosmos, which correspond and relate to the three worlds in man's body. Each world in man connects with one of the material, moral, and spiritual lives, respectively. The natural world, the body, the heart, and the mind. The material life, the supernatural world, the heart, the mind, the moral, sentimental, and intellectual life, and the supernatural world, the mind, the supermind, and the supermind, the spiritual life. The three worlds in man not only correspond and connect with the three cosmic worlds, but also relate with the activities of the three material life, moral, sentimental, intellectual life, and the spiritual life. The intercommunication between the two worlds, or the connection between man and the external world in the cosmos, results from his own way of living in the inside. Which small world that the activities belong to, man can connect to the corresponding cosmic world. The activities change continuously, and so do the small worlds. Those who live completely with sensations and feelings, living in the natural world, cannot connect with the supernatural and supernatural worlds, i.e., the sacred state of the life does not appear in their life's activities. Those who conduct their life with feelings and virtues can intercommunicate with the natural and supernatural worlds on the earth. Those who live with genuine virtues, supernatural virtues, and Tao's characters can connect with the natural world or on the earth, the supernatural and supernatural worlds in the cosmos. Due to the connection of the corresponding states and the same nature of their four sacred substances, the two, macro and micro cosmoses, are equal. The three small worlds in man are equal to the three cosmic worlds, or the small cosmos is equal to the great cosmos. The two cosmoses animate in the same manner in the present reality. In other words, the microcosmos animates equally with the macrocosmos when all life powers in man animate in harmonization with all life powers of the cosmos in the present reality. When all life powers of the two macro and micro cosmoses animate equally, the life of man and that of the cosmos are equal, or two become one.